I don't know exactly when, because he's a busy turtle, but soon, we'll hop on that call and we'll talk more about robot stuff, and I'll be able to finalize the design. I desperately want to show you the CAD model, but like I also don't want to show the model until I know if I'm gonna have to make a lot of design changes. But soon, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am devoted to the concept of phone. But there are a few problems with this. But one, there shouldn't be lag if we go directly from phone to Pi, right? No hops in between, no Discord. I have given up on the Discord battle. He was right about that. He was absolutely right. I tested the latency. It is inconvenient. It is significant, especially if we're considering using this in a conference center, which, as we've discussed, we wouldn't be on the conference center Wi-Fi. Sweet Lord, we would not be on the conference center Wi-Fi. We would have our own network going, but even so, I would be concerned, right? Because I don't know how mobile that like primary computer is going to be. And conference centers are generally built pretty heavily out of hefty materials that tend to block signals, so if we're in another room, it's no good. It's no good. I do believe that he was right about the Discord thing, but I still think that a phone is a good call. Well, booster packs are good, but they can also increase latency. It's complicated. But either way, my plan at this point is to find or write an app that lets me send all of the sensor data from an older, probably Pixel, including the mic and camera, to the Pi, and then just send that out over the same ROS network. So I think that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna work. We just need to like call. But we're both very busy, and so we haven't had a chance to call yet. That is kind of the craziest thing, is that like this project, this thousands of dollars project that I've already like put so much time and effort into, and like he's put so much thought into, we've never spoken about it. The closest thing we've ever done to speaking about it is like him watching my clips talking about it. We've never spoken about it. Like I've sent him some ideas and he's sent me feedback as well, but we've never like talked about it. So when we finalize the design, which I can't do until we talk about it, but there are a lot of things I didn't know. So like he sent me feet. Yeah, he's only sent me feet pics. I keep sending him robot questions and he just keeps sending me feet pics. I don't understand. I don't know how to make him stop. Anyway, I don't know what this project is for. So like I've built a lot of when I was in college, one of the kinds of projects I would take on privately with the company that I had talked about. I had my own company that would do contract robotics, and one of the things that we would do is like museum fixtures, you know, like one-off large robotics museum fixtures. And that worked pretty well. That was like a fun project, but everything needs to be accounted for. And so when you're doing that kind of thing, everything is very hard-coded, right? Nothing is left up to fate. And safety is the biggest issue. Safety and durability. So that's what I'm used to building for when I'm building large scale, you know, many user public installments. And I did not realize that the goal of this was to be a medium through which Neuro could directly interact with the world. I didn't realize how much this was supposed to be like an experiment in letting her AI guide. And that gives me pause, but I am excited to know more about that. So the end result is at some point we'll call, he and I, whenever he has time, and we'll talk about the project start to finish. And I think once I understand more about the project and all of its goals, when he wants to be using this, how much of a priority it is for him, things like that, I'll know more what I'm doing. Because there's a distinct possibility, and this is like, I was spiraling about this the other day, is like, what if he genuinely doesn't care about this project at all? He does not want this to happen. This was not his first choice. If he was gonna do this, he has money. He could have just like commissioned someone, like a team, to build this for him instead of just like some random lone engineer he's never met. So, and I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility that like he doesn't want this. Right? Like I do this project and he doesn't want this. And no, no one invert his balls, please. But thank you for the HUD pots. I mean, in fairness, I jumped onto this project with very little conversation first. So it's totally fair if he didn't want it. But there is a way that I'm just like kind of terrified that we'll get on this call and he'll be like, yeah, so I want you to stop DMing me. It's very annoying. Also, I would rather have an actual team do this instead of having just one random robotics engineer who's admittedly pretty young and new to the field for that reason. Although, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, but you know, I'm terrified that this call is going to be really bad. I think most realistically, even if
your self-esteem is abysmal.
No, It's not. It's not. I'm good for what I have. It's just like a team would do better with this project. I mean, it's an entire robot dog. They don't usually have lone engineers do these. So the thing is, I would completely understand if he was like, get out of my DMs and stop talking about this. And because you guys funded it, because he didn't fund it, because you guys funded it, honestly, I would just make the robot anyway.
Oh no.
The point is, Vedal's been nothing but nice. It's just that I don't actually know if he wants this. I never asked. Like, he said he wanted one, and then I couldn't obtain one for him, and I was like, why don't I just make one? And I had some ideas. I started mocking stuff up. He never told me not to, but he never strictly told me to either. So I do have this fear that if we get on the call, he's just gonna be like, please. He did kind of tell me to stop DMing him so much because I had been sending him so many ideas for it and like considerations and like details and like, should it be like this or like this? What do you think about this? And he was like, can't we just talk about this on the call? And I was like, oh God, my mouth is bigger than my brain. We'll see. Y'all won't have to demand anything. If he didn't want it, I would figure it out. Honestly, it's a cool thing to have. And, you know, I didn't pay for the parts. Whether or not he uses it, it'll be super cool. That remains to be seen, as we have never actually discussed it. I love this project. I'm excited about it. The only thing that makes me a little bit sad is, like, I don't know if I get it back at the end. Yeah, so that's gonna make me real sad, is, like, I'm gonna be so attached to this thing during the time that I'm building it. I'm already attached to it, and it doesn't even exist yet. It's just, like, a pile of actuators I've been testing and a model. I'll be cemented as Neuro's Robobomb if I finish the project. Which is an if, because even if that was the logistics, does it go over to Vedal? I don't know. I've never understood. That's another thing I really want to figure out in the call. So, like, what happens with it, right? Where do I send this robot? How do I ship this robot? It's gonna be so expensive to ship it, right? Cheaper to road trip it over? Yeah, just drive across the Atlantic Ocean. Just take a little dinghy. Just hop in a canoe with my robot and just paddle my way across the Atlantic. So yeah, so the deal is, there are a lot of unknowns, and I'm trying not to spiral about them. I definitely know how ambitious this project was, and I hope it wasn't... I hope I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. I hope I'm not stupid. If I can't finish this project, you know what, Ellie? You gave it your best. You tried. You were very ambitious. You were very confident. And if I do finish it, then I'm going to be absolutely insufferable. You guys are gonna have to deal with me for weeks just being like, I'm a goddess! I'm the smartest engineer in the world! So honestly, at this point, it's probably better for all of us if I don't finish it. Smug Ellie sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my mouth re-rigged so that I can make smugger faces, because that will demand a level of smugness as yet unseen. Smug Ball will just be cute and fun. So thank you for the reboot. But then when you finish something, when you accomplish something, then you're just like, I am God Queen! All shall bow down to me! Sounds like being a programmer. Yeah, I think any kind of engineering, you go through a similar sick cycle with yourself.